So my story with denim is about 3 years ago. I went on a trip to Peru and I wanted to pack one pair of pants that was going to last me for the whole trip. So I went out to the thrift store and I found a pair of nice light gray Naked and Famous jeans. I took those to Peru, and for a month they were the most amazing jeans that I've ever worn in my life. Going from hot climates on the coast to cold climates in the mountains, these things had handled them all. When I got back, I unfortunately was wearing them on a bicycle that had a little nail poking through the seat, and I ripped right through the crotch. So I learned early on that even though these jeans are very durable, they're not invincible. The second pair of jeans, selvage jeans that I owned, were a pair of very nice, slim, black, nudie jeans. I wore these for about a month while I was getting into the Latin social dance scene, but unfortunately, I threw them into the laundry, mistaking them for some of my pajama pants, and I completely ruined them. So that was another lesson that I learned, is that these things, these denim jeans, require very specific care. Fast forward a couple months after that, and I'm going to my first ever Congress, which is where you're taking a bunch of workshops, you're meeting a lot of people, and then at the end there's a big party where you're dancing for about 4 or 5 hours. And I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna need another pair of jeans that I want to become my Congress jeans, that I know that can last 8 hours of just heavy wear. So that's where I would say my denim story really begins, with this pair right here of APC Petite New Standard jeans. Now, for a lot of people, APC is that introductory brand. They are a French company that uses Japanese denim. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles. There's no patch on the back. There's not a whole lot of extra stuff. They fit very well, very European type cut. And so I wore these for the weekend, and these were like a second skin. So from the moment that I got back from that Congress, I was hooked, and I was like, where can I find more of these? Where can I, how can I get more? So I went back to that exact same thrift store, Crossroads in the Castro in San Francisco, and I ended up finding my second pair of APC New Standard jeans, and actually I found another pair, a third pair, which were the Petite Standards. So I almost had, for about a month, I had the holy trinity of Petite New Standard, and Petite Standard, and I was as happy as a clam. Until one day, I went out and got way too wasted and ended up throwing up all over my New Standard jeans. And unfortunately, they were too damaged to be washed. The acid probably had already etched away most of the denim, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna toss those out. So now I only had about 2 pairs of denim, selvage denim left, and I said, 2 is not really a collection. We need to go back out and get some more. So I ended up going back out to the same thrift store that I went on before, and I found a pair of Tellison jeans, which I was really happy to find out that they were a San Francisco-based company. I'm from the Bay Area myself, I'm from Berkeley, so it was really cool to know that, hey, you know what? It's not only New York, Europe, Japan, you have a lot of local, hyper-local people doing selvage denim as well. So I decided that these APC jeans are gonna be my dance jeans. These Tellison jeans, after I broke them in a couple times, gonna be my work jeans, because they're pretty nice, you know, pretty conservative cut as well. It's not very hip-hugging, so it just lends itself to that office space. So I had 3 pairs of jeans at that point, and I thought, all right, well, I've had a pretty good time finding these jeans at thrift stores, Crossroads in particular. But why don't I go a little bit outside of my comfort zone, a little bit outside of my budget, and go to some consignment stores. That Saturday, I think that next weekend, after I got these Tellison jeans, I went out to some consignment stores. And that is actually where I picked up the jeans that I'm wearing today, right now, which are Capital jeans. I think they're about maybe like 14 ounce. They're called Made in Country. I'm still finding out about them because I guess they're out of stock or something like that. Anyway, that's where I find my Grail jeans. So my Grail jeans are these for a few reasons. So the first reason, as I mentioned, is price point. When you go out shopping, you realize how much you can actually save by just spending a little bit of time. When I got home, I looked up how much these jeans were, these Capital jeans and these Self Edge and Ironheart collaboration jeans. Each of these jeans are about $350 each, more or less. I paid about $125 for each of these jeans. So I'm getting more than a 50% discount when I'm going out there. So that's the first point, is that I had told myself I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on this passion of mine because I know that it can get expensive very, very fast. So first reason is that they were a steal. The second reason is obviously you don't want to be going just for the brand itself, because that's a way that you can end up with jeans that are way too uncomfortable and then you're just wearing them just to flex. And to be honest, that's not really what you want to be doing, because at the end of the day, you're just wearing jeans. I hate to break it down to a lot of people, but that's what it is. So when I put these on, I said I wanted to feel that second skin feeling, and that's what I got with these. Talk a little bit about the Capital jeans that I bought. The other reason that I bought them, and it sounds like a silly kind of ego flex in a similar way, is that I wanted a pair of Japanese selvage denim. Not just Japanese selvage denim in the sense of, oh, it's just Japanese fabric, but the company is in the UK or it's in Europe or in the United States. I said, I want a pair of Japanese denim made in Japan completely. So that's why I got these Capital jeans. At a certain point, I said to myself, well, I could go out and get a samurai brand, But then I looked at the price point of those and I said, for what? Ego flex. Okay, sure, fine. Those were all of my denims that I'd gotten so far. And as the only other thing is that when you're buying from thrift stores, you're buying used. So the other thing about buying at thrift stores is that everything is used. So you were gonna see a range of fades in terms of what you're buying. Now there's some people who really enjoy the fact that their denim has been pre-worn, there's some fades worn into it, and that's fine. Me personally, I like to tell what I'm gonna call my indigo story from as close to day one as I can get. A lot of the denim that I bought was pretty much not worn very much. I'm not saying it's new, because you're not really gonna find new at a thrift store or at a consignment store, but I wanted to buy the denim that was as close to new as possible. But that left me lacking a little bit in terms of the pride of saying that I've, like I said, wrestled these jeans from their kind of factory setting to where I want it to be. So that is where I broke down. I went to Self Edge and I bought for myself my holiday gift of 25-ounce Ironheart denim. Now, I have not even worn these yet. I wore them once to get fitted, and they did an excellent job of it, which is another reason that I really enjoyed the experience of going to Self Edge. So these are my newest and probably last pair of selvage denim, because to be perfectly honest, I've spent a lot of money to get this collection to where it is right now. Obviously, I've gone through a couple pairs of selvage denim, obviously thrift store, but that's $40 each, so it's about $80. And I just really don't see myself spending this type of money again. These are the type of jeans that I wanted. I wanted something heavy, something that I could just really wrestle. And yeah, so that's my collection. 2 APCs, 1 pair of Tellison, 1 pair of Capital, 1 pair of Self Edge and Ironheart Collabo, and finally 1 pair of Ironheart 25-ounce.